And what's going on, Dragon Brawler? Scott Sedman here for London Players Guild. Today I am bringing you our top 7 leaders in need of a reboot, a revamp, a revisiting to bring them up to a competitive standard, or at least a playable standard in some cases. A lot of people have their fan favourite leaders. We've kind of taken what we see quite a lot in the groups based on our own personal feelings towards some leaders that we've used to play that just can't be played anymore, or some leaders we'd like to see come back maybe with a different mechanic. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. So in today's video, if you like it, awesome. If you've got your own ideas, leave comments in the description below. We'll probably be picking 1 or 2 of them to receive a prize if people continue to support us and continue to support our sponsor card market, which you can see on screen. They've continued our support, so the more you support us, the more we can give back to you guys. So without further ado, let's get into our number 7, which is Vadis from set 1. So what does she do at the moment? Permanent, this card can attack battle cards in active mode. Awaken 4 or less, draw 2 cards, flip it over. Same permanent of attacking battle cards. When this card attacks, draw 1 card. If this card attacks a battle card, it gains plus 5k for the turn. Quite a cool effect. Was like Red seemingly had this go for battle cards approach in set 1 in the early days. They kind of moved away from that as time went on. But they're kind of coming around to it with Sin Shenron now, so you know, it's weird how things go full circle. So what would I do to Vadis? Immediately, especially with all of these old leaders, give them some form of draw on their unawakened side, their front side. I would keep the permanent of attacking battle card in active mode, possibly give the plus 5k draw effect also to the unawakened side, because when she's awakened, I would love to see an activate main effect of, look at the top 3 cards, play a level a 1 energy skillless alien or 1 energy alien from the top of the deck and play it in active mode. I think that would be a really cool effect. Or you can even, when this card, so you make the plus 5k and draw as part of the permanent when she attacks a battle card in active mode. You get plus 5k. When this card attacks, gets to draw 1 card. So that'd be a cool effect. So that way, you're not, if they're in rest mode, she's not gaining that plus 5k. But then maybe activate battle during your turn when this card attacks. Look at the top 3 cards of your deck, find a 1 energy battle card / alien and play it. Well, yeah, I think that'd be really cool. It goes with her rare and her super rare from the draft box. I think it's a really cool mechanic, and it'd be kind of cool. Like, aliens need that support. Like, let's not forget she's a god, so she gets access to some cool stuff as well. So that's Vadis. That's what I would do with her. I really love this leader, and I would want to see her come back. Like, chef's kiss. One of my favourite leaders of all time. Next up is Android 17 and 18. Now, this leader is still good, sort of. This permanent is still amazing. Reduce the energy cost of 17s and 18s in your hand by 1. Doesn't matter the colour, it is just reduce the cost, which is fantastic. When you're at 6 life, flip it over, draw 2 cards. Another great advantage. Especially now when they've got so many easy ways to take a life, or just get to 6, it's so good. Then you've got the reduce the energy cost again, that still stays. And then if your life is 4 or less, all your 17 18s gain plus 5k power. And then when this card attacks, draw a card. So as I mentioned with Vadis, you would get the draw on the unawakened side. Possibly force it to be a leader swing, because it is a good effect. So maybe force the, when this card attacks, a leader card, draw a card. Then you can have it as when this card attacks, draw a card on the unawakened side. And I would probably get rid of the 4 or less life Android 17 plus 5k power. I think that's quite a strong effect, especially when you compare it with the Deadly Defenders. So I would possibly have a search effect on it. Maybe, again, activate main or activate battle, search, or even best for the top 3 cards or something, and find a 17 or 18 I think that'd be really cool, personally. But yeah, I don't think much needs being done to this leader. Uh, I guess if you wanted to keep that effect, I guess you could make it plus 6 life. So when you awaken, you get the 17-18 power boost. Maybe that would help it a bit. But I think that is quite a strong ability, and I would probably want to see that gone in favour of some more searching, getting your hand back up. Yeah, so that's not much more to say about that. It's a fan favourite leader, and I very much think this is going to get a reboot in the March Evolution booster. I think that's almost a given. So we'll see what they do with it. Next up is number 5, arguably the most generally considered the worst leader. Not like the one with the most potential, I should say. So in the one so there's outright bad leaders, right? We're not counting them. But of the leaders that have so much potential and an archetype that has so much potential, this leader just constantly is the reason it can't succeed. So when this card, when a Bojack Brigade card is played in your battle area, draw a card, and this card gets plus 5k power for the turn, amazing effect. I would keep that. When you combo with one of your cards during your turn in your combo area, when you combo with one of your cards during your turn, if your combo area has 2 or more Bojack Brigade cards that you comboed with from the battle area, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards in rest mode and KO it. And if you KO'd a card, negate the skill for the turn. Again, really good effect. I would keep it. When you're at 4 or less life, flip this card over. Here's where we have a problem. This is the only leader, I believe, today that does nothing when you awaken. It needs... Make it an untap 1, draw 1. Honestly, if you're not sure what to give it that. I think that's the best middle ground, because then you're not going too hard into the untap, and you're not going too hard into the draw. Draw 1, untap 1 is fine, and then obviously you can combo with Bojack Brigade cards in rest mode in your battle area as the permanent for the awakened side. We keep that. When a Bojack Brigade card is played, you draw a card. Again, keep that. I love that effect. You don't have to attack to draw. I like that with Bojack. You're very controlling. When you combo with one card during your turn, if the combo area has 2 Bojack Brigades that you combo from the battle area, I would make that combo 1 from the battle area. But yeah, other than that, really cool, really solid. I can't say much more about it. It's a leader that's basically there. It just needs that little bit extra. I would also keep the plus 5k effect as well. It's weird. It loses that, so I would put the plus 5k on the awakened side as well, just so it has a bit more damage output. The pirate captain can surge the seas. I don't know what I'm saying with that. Number 4 is Raditz. Me and Peter went back and forth on this one. Quite a good debate. It was this or Goku Black, and we decided, look, Goku Black's been errated. It does its own thing. Raditz, on the other hand, hasn't really ever had its chance to shine. It's skirted with greatness. There's builds that work for it, but it's never gonna reach the top of its potential. Let's break down the card. So it's auto. When this card attacks a leader card, your opponent chooses 1 card from their hands and warps it. Really good effect. We'll keep that. Notice how there's no draw. Here is the problem with Raditz. Activate main once per turn. Look at the top 5 cards from your deck. Choose a Raditz, Vegeta, or Nappa among them. Add it to your hand. Shuffle your deck. If you added a card, choose a card from your hand and place it in drop. So you're not gaining any advantage. If you do this, you're still losing a card from hand. But you've gained a Nappa, or a Vegeta, or a Raditz. It's okay. But I would... If this is the way you want to do it, right? If you're not going to have it when it attacks a leader card, draw a card, and then your opponent chooses 1 card from the hand, then you have to get rid of the put a card. If you do this effect and you add a card, get rid of the discard for adding a card. When your life is 4 or less, you may choose up to one of your energy switches to hard mode and flip it. I would give it a draw or make this an untap 2. I think you go with add the draw to it. Honestly, I could see this going to draw 2 even. Like, you need that draw for Raditz, and it's such a shame they just chose not to give it any hand advantage at all. So when this card attacks leader, same effect, and then once per turn choose up to 1 red or green, saying it gets plus 5k power for the duration of turn. That sucks. Let's get rid of that. Let's have an activate main draw card. Or with the inclusion of unisons, you could do something there. I don't think it needs an extra warp effect, because that leader card swing warper card is such a strong effect in and of itself. Like, you don't really need to improve upon that. Next up we have Mecha Freezer. Arguably a very interesting choice, considering Bandai chose to admit it from the recent errata packs that are coming out, which is beyond me. So maybe that indicates that this is getting a reboot. So what it does currently is not what it says there, but it has this interesting mechanic of taking life to use extra cards or reducing the cost of extra cards. I think it's a really neat effect. We have plenty of extra cards in this game now that it can use. I think you retune that effect, you give it a draw on the unawakened side, like all of these leaders do need draw on the unawakened side. But otherwise, I don't think there's much you need to do to this leader. I think you just need to bring it in line with its errata. Maybe you can search an extra card as well. That'd be kind of neat. But other than that, I think keep the draw too. I think it's a very simple fix. You make sure it's within line with its errata, be able to search an extra card, and just give it some draw. I think that's all you need to do for it, honestly. It's a pretty simple fix. Number 2 is Vegeta from set 2. Now, I think this is one that no matter what list you look at, this comes up because it's such a fun deck. It's never gone away. It's always been one of those decks. Every time there's a new Son Goku and a Vegeta card, people look at this leader and go, can I do something with it? The answer is currently no, but with a reboot, I think we could easily work that in. So what do we have right now? Permanent. Each Son Goku Vegeta in all your areas gain red, blue and green colours, so it doesn't get yellow, and I don't think we give them yellow. I think that would be too powerful to give it all of the colours. Like, you have to charge the yellow Vegetas and the yellow Gokus so you have yellow energy, or something else yellow. But preferably you're charging the Goku Vegeta, so then you get red, blue and... yeah, you get where I'm going with that. You get where I'm going with that. So when this card attacks, place up to 1 card from the top of your deck in the drop area. If that card is red, this card gains plus 5k power for the turn. Okay, we're going to scrap this effect. I think it's terrible for what this deck does now. I think when this card attacks, look at the top 3 cards of your deck, find a Son Goku or a Vegeta and add them to your hand. You can keep it red if you so choose, because they're going to be red anyway. I think it just helps. And if you do find it, you get plus 5k power. I think that's fine. You can keep it as a beat stick, but you need to be adding cards to your hand, not putting them in the drop. Awaken 4 or less, draw 2 cards, or maybe if you Union Fusion a card with X amount, activate Awaken. I think that'd be kind of cool. Sorry, Union Patara. It encourages Union Patara, and I'd like to see it. So the same permanent of red, blue, green for Son Goku and Vegetas. When this card attacks, draw a card, and if there are 10 or more Son Goku and Vegetas in your drop area, this card gains plus 5k power and double strike for the turn. I don't think that needs to be changed. Maybe the number, maybe bring it down to 7. No, because you want to keep it even because you're putting 2 in there. Possibly 6 maybe then, or 8. I think 10's a bit harsh, but I love the plus 5k power and the double strike. It makes it a threat. That's and maybe once per turn when you activate Union Patara, draw a card. I think that'd be cool as well. Encourages the Union Patara, but also gives it versatility in other stuff. I really like this leader. I think a lot of people really like this leader. We'd love to see this leader come back. Bandai, make it happen. And our number 1 spot goes to Pan, ready to fight. So, what does Pan do? Pan's a fan favourite for all the way back from Cross Worlds. Absolutely one of the best leaders to ever see this game. But we think we can improve upon her. So, when you play a battle card with when you play a battle card, choose this card or choose that card, plus 5k power for the turn. If the power is 20k or more, draw a card. Now, good effect. Always giving plus 5k for the turn. Really good. On the unawakened side, I would drop this to 15k. So then the one drop 10ks you can play allow you to get to that. I would also make it a check of if you have a card with 15k power for the turn, draw a card. Once per turn, when you have a battle card that is 15k, maybe make that the permanent or something. How you would do it, I don't know. You would keep the plus 5k, you'd make it 15k, but not on the card being played. Like, so if you play the one drop saying card becomes 10k, swing becomes 20k, then it would trigger the effect. Maybe that's how you could do it and keep it at 20k. But I would like to see that lowered to 15k. When you're at 4 or less life, you may choose 2 energy, switch that to mode, flip over. That's fine, we can keep that. And now this is the side where I think we could get really funky with. So when this card attacks, draw a card. And then obviously, when you play a battle card, choose that card again, plus 5k power for the turn. If it hits 20k or more, draw a card. I think we could add double strike to, if it hits 20k, you can make it double strike. I think that'd be awesome, a really cool effect. Makes it aggressive. Or if you go the other way, give a card blocker until the duration of your next turn. So it gains plus 5k power and block it until the start of your next turn. I think that'd be really cool. And that's it. That's our list, guys. Thank you for joining me. If you did like this video, please click through the link in the description. Go to Card Market. Let Card Market know you've come from us. They support us, so we can support you. We can give away stuff like vouchers, cards, etc. We're London Players Guild. I'm Scott Sedman. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.